The state for the first time in the span of 5 days, which they'll match up again in Tallahassee. Opening tip won by the Seminoles. We are underway. Key player on the court, of course, Nunu Bradford. With the departure of Kiara Lewis last week, she is now the main point guard. There's the main scorer. Delisha Washington works inside. Jesus for Florida State had a big game against the Tigers in one of the matchups a year ago. The rebound by Valencia Myers. Howard kicks it on the baseline. There's the player we talked about in the open, Morgan Jones. Some opportunities late in regulation and in overtime to win that game. Inside it goes. Nice job wrapping it up for Myers and then finishing. Tiger team averaging just over 63 points a game. Seminoles allow just under 60 a contest. Bradford on the pull-up. Howard, lob inside, denied by Hank. Pushing the pace, Washington, lane to the hoop. Washington is going to play a lot of point moving forward, and she's probably the team's best ball handler.
No question.
She'll pull up.
And the team's best jump shooter.
The player of the year, what a good one they've got in the freshman. Another jumper just inside the arc for Jones, won't go down. They keep it alive. Jones again, second time's the charm on that trip. Bradford, and there's Robinson. She'll step behind the arc. Clemson builds its largest lead in the opening quarter, and now stepping in for the steal, Washington. Doesn't have numbers, doesn't matter. 59 to go. Washington on the defensive end with some offense as well. Grabs hold of the point guard role for this Florida State team. They've been a big plus. That's allowed Jackson, Bianca Jackson with the ball right now, to play a more natural off guard. She'll pull up and knock it down. Veronica Hipp has checked in for the Tigers. She's got it out near midcourt. She another of those who will handle the ball some. Feeding in the lane to Inyang, and a nice find underneath by the freshman. They feel like they're through their COVID issues. Just into the game, River Baldwin kicking it on the left wing to Weber. Baldwin from the free throw line. Ott penetrates, try to get it in the lane, knocked away, shot clock at 2. Hipp beats the buzzer this season in the women's game, and you've seen the percentages for the most part around women's college basketball down from three-point range this year. Bradford, though, no trouble at all from the corner. Michaela Timpson over to her teammate Pagetti, who will set it up. Lob underneath, good idea. I don't think Timpson realized she could have just turned and put it up. She reverses instead on the feed from Weber. Weber with the ball was up around 50% from the field a year ago. She struggled. That time another turnover. Pass ahead, Bradford. Freshman comes away with it. Shot clock under 10. Kick on the wing, Jackson. A much-needed tray for Bianca Jackson. 35% beyond the arc. Lob inside, Paresis. Hung up on the baseline, Myers. But good work, good strong move. Seminoles strike first here in the second quarter, and there's Jones with a step-in steal. She's their team leader and all ACC defensive player last season. Washington moving inside on Paresis, crossing over. Nice move, uses the glass. Mention the double crossover by Washington.
Yeah. Big time crossover move right there.
Pagetti will give it to Jones on the wing. Cross-court pass. And there's Jackson. Jones cleans up inside. Sydney Standifer into the contest. Gets it across midcourt. Hank to Robinson. Robinson spins inside on River Baldwin. Jackson, good outside shooter. Pagetti will give it a attempt. Flying inside, Jones. Robinson spins on Baldwin again. Forces it over the defender who came to help Jackson. Florida State trying to cut into a 6-point deficit here. Jackson the pull-up. Really good player who's had to battle some on a bad pass from Hank, losing it. Tigers give it up for an 8th time in the opening half. Seminoles with 9 turnovers. But Jetty drives inside. You don't want to do that on 5'7" Buggetti tried to drive on the 6'4" Sane. Rainbow arcing shot for Jackson. She needed to with a defender closing. In-Yang tried to make a dangerous pass. Robinson able to corral it and score. She's got 16 now. Robinson, she thought Washington might be cutting. Has it knocked away. Pushing front court, Gordon. Strong move as she bounced off the defender. 11 points in the first quarter. Seminoles came back to tie the game in the second. Jones gives them their first lead of the evening. 10 on the shot clock. Bradford, who picked up a couple of opening half fouls, gives to Ott. Back to Bradford. Big one. Howard on the wing. Weber. Top of the arc, Myers. Left wing, Howard. Boy, that had an arc to it. Tigers led for 17 minutes and 40 seconds of half number one. And what a good ways here into the third quarter. Look at the move by Amari Gordon. Saw Latrice Sane check in. Howard made a three from that. And looks like they've gone back into that zone this time, Jim.
Yeah. They're trying to get Washington free for a shot. Good job by Amari Robinson.
And the South Carolina transfer will pull back. They'll set it up. Weber from the wing. Rebound, Howard. High off the glass. Sane gives to Washington. Splits defenders. Hip open. Quick catch and shoot. Big three for Veronica Hip.
They're back in the man-to-man.
And Jones, you see why. Strip steal on the run out. Only Hip to beat. Count it, and she's fouled.
All defensive player, too, as you just saw there.
Robinson backs in on Howard. Forcing one. Wow. Quick ball movement. Jones, the pull-up jumper. Smooth touch. She doesn't shoot threes, but boy. Robinson defended by Howard. Robinson down the lane, not that time, and Howard pulls down the rebound. And they'll reset, plenty of time on the shot clock. Puisis from way outside. Seminoles were just 1 of 9 on three-point shots, and on the wing, good read by Elmore, comes away with the steal. Bradford in transition, underneath Robinson.
This is not good.
Robinson, the only deep defender. Jones, though, can't get it to go down. Puisis inside. Boy, scrappy play for Sammy Puisis. More of an outside shooter. And Washington, the answer. Those were the first points in the quarter for Florida State. Jones. Good night continues. She has 20. Puisis. Another big three in the second half. But everyone who has played tonight has scored at least 1 point. And that's almost the opposite for Clemson. Step and steal. Great read by Washington. 15 in the game as she finishes. Tigers getting big games out of both Washington and Robinson. Trouble is, only Bradford has really contributed to the scoring besides. There's Buggetti rattling one home. I'm off the game clock at this point. Gordon, bullet pass off the hand of Timpson, but Weber got the shot off in time. Offensive rebound, and the putback by Timpson. 22, Jackson out high, shot clock at 5. Knocked away and taken by Washington. Here come the Tigers. Washington kicks it from the corner. Ott. And knocked away by Robinson. Tigers force another turnover. Ott again from the corner, but too strong. And Buggetti gets it front court. Ahead, Jackson. Jackson becomes the second Seminole in double figures. Washington. Ott from the wing. Hits the deck. And a chance at a 4-point play as Jackson came out to foul. Ott for Clemson. Under 2 to play in regulation. Robinson, the pull-up. And Robinson off the deflection. Had a 16-point advantage in the third. That's how they really changed the look of this game. Buggetti's spin move. And that time she gets it to go. Lead is 14. Washington can't get the runner. And a quick putback. 17-point night for Washington. And Jones getting it over to Gordon, freshman, on the court at this stage of the game. She has grown up in a hurry. Underneath, Baldwin.
Great job creating by Amari Gordon.
Under 30 to play. Robinson. And Florida State will just dribble out the final seconds of what will be a 79-68 win. Seminoles, though, were able to build the lead out in the second half to 19 points.